Hello everyone, welcome back to another Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer battle. This is going to be the forces of Chaos versus the Dark Elves. For my army, we have a very melee-focused army because we are Chaos. I have two Chaos Marauders with shields, one at each end, and then one at each end as well. We have a Chaos Marauder with great weapon, just doing some basic armor-piercing damage with some decent melee attack for how much they cost. But of course, they have very low defensive skills, low armor, low melee defense. Their hit points are fine though. Then in the center, we have two Chaos Warriors with great weapons, one right here, one right here. Again, they have decent stats. They used to be a lot better, but they're still not bad, I think, for the price for them. So I like to bring them in almost all of my Chaos builds, really. Then we also have the Mirror Guard. I brought these basically just because they look cool. It's kind of hard to see them right now because they're shiny, but they're one of the coolest looking units in the game. Besides that, they are pretty tanky, I guess. They're tankier than a normal Chaos Warrior. They sit in between the pricing of a Chaos Warrior with shield and the Chosen. I believe they're cheaper than the Chosen, but maybe not by much. But anyway, they just look cool, honestly. That's the only reason I really ever bring them, if I'm being completely honest. But they also have really good blocking chance with high armor, so that's also pretty cool, but they just look sweet. Then I also have two Chaos Knights with the Lances, which have an insane charge bonus and can deal a whole bunch of damage on the charge, but not necessarily if you charge them and they don't get the charge off, then they're not nearly as great because their actual melee stats of 42 and 34 are not that insane, but they do at least have a shield block chance, 120 armor for tankiness, and again, if you do get the charge, they can punch a lot of hit point worth of damage. Anyway, we also are being led by Archeon the Ever-Chosen with the Flaming Skull, the I forget what his sword is called, but it buffs up his damage by an insane amount. There we go. The Slayer of Kings, so 60% weapon damage, armor piercing damage, and the splash attack power on top of the damage that he already has, which is really, he's very strong. He hits very, very hard with a melee attack of 78 and melee defense of 60 right there. He is a really good dueler now, since they upped his damage. I don't know if they actually upped his actual melee stats. I know they upped his damage in the last patch. But he is just a brute, and he is a caster on top of that, so he is a very scary opponent now. And then in the back here, I decided to bring the Soul of Damnation. So this is the renowned unit for the Hell Cannon. I just wanted to give it a shot. It does magical damage, it does more base damage than the other counterpart. Besides that, though, I don't think there's really much of a difference between this thing and the normal Hell Cannon besides it doing more damage, and I think it's... You know, honestly, I can't remember if the normal Hell Cannon is magical or not. I think it's fire, and then this is magical. I may have to take a look at that after the battle. But in any case, I know that this thing does more damage. So that's cool. And... Oh, you know what? I think... Right, this is one of the unique things in it. So... If there are any enemies nearby, its reload skill is increased. I don't believe a normal Hell Cannon has that. Listen, I don't use Hell Cannons that often, and I don't think I've really ever used that one. So anyway, we're bringing that one to the battle too. It has been firing. This will be its second shot on the enemy's Reaper Bolt Thrower, because I know I've done some tests before, and the Reaper Bolt Thrower in its solid shot can bring down enemy artillery like a Hell Cannon within a few salvos if all three of their missiles hit. So with this one direct hit on the Reaper Bolt Thrower, you can see... When hitting the actual siege engine, it breaks it. So the first hit that I hit, I think, was in the back, and then the second one is a direct hit, which knocks out one of their things. So I was kind of happy about that. Anyway, for the enemy army, I'm sorry, I've been talking a lot. In the front line, we have 4 Blackguard Corsairs with hand bows. Not a unit I would have expected to see against Chaos at all. In fact, I don't really see them that often brought in any formation, really. Maybe like 2, but 4 is kind of crazy. But the Blackguard Corsairs are, I think, pretty decent. They're missile damage of 23. They can fire while moving. They also have the Mortar Mastery, as, you know, all Dark Elves do. But yeah, the 80 armor, they have decent melee stats for a unit that is a hybrid unit with a 32 melee attack and 24 melee defense. With okay weapon strength. 28 is about on par with like an Empire Swordsman, I think is around 28. But still, they are hybrid units, so they do a lot of damage with their missile attacks, and then they can also duke it up in melee. Of course, their unit numbers are a little lower than a lot of standard units, but still, I think they're pretty cool. Then we have a group of Dread Spears back here. Sorry, oh yeah, one group of Dread Spears. Then we have 2 Blackguards of Nagorond, which are the Halberd Infantry for the Dark Elves. They are a very solid anti-large unit. They deal armor-piercing damage, very high armor, pretty tanky, and again, more defensively focused units. But then they also have the offensively focused units against infantry with the Harganeth Executioners. They have the normal one here, and then they brought the renowned ones, the Blades of the Blood Queen, which I don't think I really ever see anyone bring these, but they have the bonus versus infantry of 14, so they hit all the time against infantry. These things just destroy infantry pretty quickly. And then they also have the Guardian trait, so that's going to protect any lords or heroes that are near them by 18% physical resistance. So magical attacks will still get through this Guardian ability, but physical attacks will be resisted a little bit. And again, they're pretty tanky. And yeah, they just look cool because they got like the red capes, they got the red color palette thing going on. So neat unit. And again, so yeah, 2 Blackguards and Nagaron, and then 2 of these Hargoneth Executioners, 1 Dread Spear protecting their Reaper Bolt Thrower. Oh, and also, sorry, Malekith with the Soul Stealer and that Power Drain ability. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. Power of Darkness. This is the one that you're going to cast on one of your own allied units to kind of just sap their life force and turn it into more Winds of Magic. So Malekith really wants to win a duel against Archaon or anyone else that he was fighting, because that's all they took. They took Soul Stealers so that they can absorb the hit points of their enemy to themselves for some health regen. They have Power of Darkness to try and cast some more of these. And then on top of that, they bring Stand Your Ground. They have the Dragon Breath because Malekith is on the dragon. And yeah, there we go. Fear and Terror and all that good stuff. So that is the matchup. Again, I was very shocked to see 4 hand crossbows, but I do have 2 Chaos Knights and Archaon, which are all pretty mobile, so I'm just going to try and do a charge here into the hand crossbows. And then I'm going to be switching up the Hell Cannon firing into the Blackguards and the Blades of the Blood Queen, I believe. So we do a decent charge here, but honestly, it did not do nearly as much as I wanted it to, and the Malekith is going to counterattack right here. There goes the first of the Power of Darkness to try and drain the life of the Dread Spear. It's a good unit because you don't really need the Dread Spears out of all of these. That is a good unit to hit. And this is actually a good time to show you that it doesn't actually do that much damage to yourself. Like, I didn't bring this spell when I first started playing as Dark Elves because I was like, why would I want to damage my own unit? But it's actually pretty good because it doesn't really hurt you that much. And throwing it on a unit that's going to be a meat shield anyway, like a Dread Spear, is a good target. So yeah, you can see right there, it doesn't do much, but it also gives you a ton of Winds of Magic. Well, a lot-ish. I think it's definitely worthwhile. But anyway, we are charging across the lines. The Black Ark Corsairs are going to be pulling back because they're in skirmish mode, and we're going to get intercepted here by the Blades of the Blood Queen on our Chaos Marauders. Chaos Marauders have no chance here, but they hopefully will do some damage in the charge with their armor piercing. The Chaos Warriors are going to be charging up through here, as well as getting... sorry, not... I said they were going to get caught here, but that was our Chaos Marauders that got caught here along with our Chaos Knights. Our Chaos Knights, I'm trying to pull them out of here, but they're just getting destroyed. The Hell Cannon is not doing too much, and for some reason... I thought I had cast that Burning Skull somewhere else. But anyway, we casted a Burning Skull through there. But these Chaos Marauders with Great Axes are just going to get totally destroyed. And you can see, like, that was almost a direct hit, and this thing didn't really do much. Now, these guys don't have any magical resistance nor range resistance, so it's kind of shocking. I guess it was just a really bad hit there. I guess. But we're going to keep trying to kill this blob of elite infantry. Meanwhile, over here on the right side, we're getting some work done with our Chaos Marauders, Chaos Warriors being pulled up. We have the Mirror Guard in the middle, and our left flank is just getting destroyed. You see another shot here from the Hell Cannon, not doing much. But I was trying my best to isolate and destroy these Black Ark Corsairs because I thought that, you know, we could kill them pretty quickly. But they are going to get reinforced here by the Blackguards of Nagaron and the Blade Queen. And look at that, like, it looks like another pretty decent hit, but just nothing done. And at this point, Malekith is actually going to fly back here and destroy the Hell Cannon. I don't really have any forces to respond to that. I didn't leave anybody behind to protect him. And honestly, I didn't think that they would use Malekith to go back there. I thought they were going to just try and hound Archaon or my other units with Malekith, like they did with the Chaos Knights, and they did a lot of good damage there. But they are going to go back and hit the Hell Cannon. Another shot from the Hell Cannon into this grouping. A nice grouping of targets for a Hell Cannon. Almost absolutely nothing done. That's like 4 or 5 shots with Hell Cannon did basically jack shit. And it was so upsetting during the battle. I'm like, oh my god, you're useless. But anyway, we're still trying to put pressure on the Black Ark Corsairs. You can see that some of our Chaos Knights, or Chaos Warriors here, got caught by the Blades of the Blood Queen, and as they were getting into the Black Ark Corsairs. And these Blades of the Blood Queen also have their Murder Mastery thing proc, so they're just going to be able to destroy those Chaos Warriors. Meanwhile, on our right flank, we're getting some more work done because we have Archaon there to support the Chaos Warriors, and the Mirror Guard. We're going to throw in these Chaos Marauders to try and support this fight with the Blackguards Nagaron. And then we have our Chaos Knights doing what they can against the Black Ark Corsairs. But honestly, they did not do as much damage as I thought they would do. With that 80 charge bonus, they actually take kind of a long time to kill these Black Ark Corsairs, which was a little upsetting. At this point, our Hell Cannon is now destroyed. Let me see how many kills it actually got. 30. Especially on the Renowned one, that thing, we'll look at it after the battle, that thing I think is around like 1,800 gold or some shit. It did not pay for itself. Even though I was trying to shoot down their elite infantry, did not do well. So our left flank is totally collapsed here for the most part, except for one of our Chaos Knights, so I'm going to try and redouble our efforts on our right flank here. And the only thing left over here is going to be just the Blackguards of Nagaron, who have been dealing with our Chaos Marauders with great weapons, and the normal ones. Here goes our Chaos Marauders with great weapons who are routing. We're going to throw off our Chaos Warriors with great weapons who are fighting in the middle here, and we're going to double up to try and kill those. Archaon and the Chaos Knights are going to try to finish off these Blackheart Corsairs. We're casting the melee defense buff and armor piercing damage on these Chaos Warriors to try and just chew through the Blackguards and Nagron as quickly as we can. This Chaos Knight, I'm trying to get him out of the situation because he's being chased by Blackguards. Malekith is coming. Dreadbearers are still around. But he's going to just take a lot of damage from all of these hand crossbows. You're going to see, like, because they're getting shot in the back right now, so they don't have any shield block chance. But even with 120 armor, like, the missiles are not doing too bad. Like, they kind of just chew through us a little bit. I was honestly kind of surprised. I will be honest, I did not respect the hand crossbows in this kind of matchup where we have a lot of very tanky soldiers, because the hand crossbows are not really armor piercing focused, but they're kind of doing the job. Meanwhile, over here, we're going to be able to wrap up the Blackguard and Nagaron because, well, we're surrounding with everything that we have left. But we are, we're pretty tattered a little bit. The only unit that is really full right now is mostly Archaon and just the Mirror Guard, which, the Mirror Guard, while pretty tanky for a Chaos Warrior unit, we do still have to fight some more of the Blades of the Blood Queen and some more Blackguards and Nagaron and also Malekith, who we've not really been able to do much damage to. We've done a little bit with our Chaos Knights as he was dueling them. But overall, not much. And he also has Soul Stealer, so it's a little scary. But Archaon can hit like a truck, so, you know, we're going to still continue on. So we're going to reform our lines here. I'm going to be sending in the Mirror Guard because they have the high missile block chance with their silver shields. And, of course, they have high armor. And I know that we're going to be taking a lot of fire from these hand crossbows. So I'm like, you know what? They're the best unit I have to block. And we're also going to send these Chaos Marauders after this Blackheart Corsair for the same reason. Because they at least have a shield to block some of these incoming fire. So we're going to just charge up the center. We're going to have our Chaos Knights and Chaos Marauders that came back from running just kind of come up behind them and be the offensive power. Even with the shield block chance, we take a little bit of damage, but for the most part, the shields are doing their job. But the thing is, we are going into anti-armor, anti-infantry units, but then this is going to hurt. So the tanking, and then, oh god, the breath weapon just comes in right before I get Archaon in there, but we're still bringing up our Chaos Warriors, who are still pretty slow. We got some Chaos Marauders and these Dreadbearers, which it's a fine engagement, I guess, for them for what's left. We're going to be popping up the standard ground, or standard die buff for Archaon, trying to support what troops we have left. But man, that breath weapon really took it to our poor Mirror Guard. And again, I kind of staggered this charge here. The Chaos Warriors were really slow to respond because they're just very tired, so they're actually slower than even their stat cards shows. But we're finally getting them in there, but unfortunately the Mirror Guard has fallen at this point due to the power of the Blaze of the Blood Queen, but we finally almost have them. Archaon, I was trying to charge Malekith, who's charging away, and you can see I'm still trying to charge into him, because I know that we can deal a lot of damage if we could just catch Malekith, but he is on a flying mount. Meanwhile, we have the one remaining Chaos Knight out here trying to harass this Blackheart crossbow. I'm trying to pull them back, though, because I saw Malekith coming. I'm trying to get them out there because that's not a fight they want, but he is going to be able to kind of pin them down there and then get shot in the back by the Blackheart Corsair. Meanwhile, Archaon is up here in the front trying to support really the only unit that we have left, which is going to be the Chaos Warrior. I'm trying to do cycle charging here because I don't want to stand in just a straight up fight with the Blackguards and Nagaron, even though he does have really high melee defense. These are still large units, so I'm trying to just kind of dive back and forth here, trying to get a charge bonus, trying to do as least as I can, or get hit as least as that doesn't make sense. Get hit less from the Blackguard and Nagaron, so we're kind of wheeling around here trying to finish off the Blades of the Blood Queen. But at this point, I don't really have much left. We have one Chaos Warrior came back from running here. Our Mirror Guard came back from routing. But Archaon is near death. The balance of power is kind of in their favor. And they still have a full health Malekith with Soul Stealer. And I'm like, I don't know about this. And yeah, the balance of power is in their favor. So our morale is actually going to start tanking here. The Mirror Guard get shattered by the Blades of the Blood Queen, who are still alive. Racked up 134 kills for them. And that is going to do it for the Forces of Chaos. The Hell Cannon netting 30 kills was slightly upsetting. Because I think it shot 4 or 5 times into the blob of the Blades and the Blackguards and Nagaron. And if it actually did what it's supposed to do, and that is totally destroy an infantry unit, especially an armored one, then maybe this would have went better. It probably would, because then the Blades would have been taken offline a lot sooner, along with one of the Blackguards and Nagaron, and then we could focus more on the Blackheart Corsairs and then force Malekith into maybe more duels with Archaon. Maybe. But that did not happen. This thing missed almost all of its shots, then got took out by Malekith, which was a good move. And yeah, we just got torn to pieces by their elite infantry there. And then, the Blackheart Corsairs with the handbows. Total shocker. I, for one, was not expecting them. And two, did not respect them. When I saw them, I was like, okay, I'll just charge you with my Chaos Knights. Sure, why not? And then I did, and then they just didn't really take that much damage. And I was just like, huh. And then we just kind of got torn to pieces by the Blackheart Corsairs, shooting into very high armored units. It was actually really kind of surprising. We did take out that Reaper bolt thrower, though. we managed to get that one. But yes, good game. I think that was Rigger, I think, or Rickson. All right, so custom battle. Let me see real quick here. So for the Warriors of Chaos, how much did that thing cost me? Oh, it's 1550, not 1800. But yeah, so, oh no, they do both magical damage, my bad. This one does have a lot more ammunition though, and it has that ability that increases its reload skill. But yeah, it also does do more base damage as well. That's the main difference. God, it has so much ammunition, Jesus. But I guess it doesn't matter if it doesn't really hit, which is, again, very upsetting. But anyway, good game. Let's go watch a cinematic view of the battle. Oh, this Hell Cannon. Was not happy with his performance. Yeah, the reason why I wasn't just taking a defensive posture was because I saw that Reaper Bolt Thrower, and I know that it can take out a Hell Cannon if it hits. So I was kind of worried about that, so I wanted to put pressure on their line very quickly instead of just sitting by and letting our Hell Cannon do its thing. I guess, you know, hindsight, maybe I should have just sat back. Yeah, the Flaming Skull here, not a good pick against this specific army because the Flaming Skull doesn't do as much damage to high armor targets, and even the Black Orc Corsairs have decent armor with the, what's an 80 value, I believe. But we got that Reaper Bolt Thrower though. Yep, we got that one. Like a solid hit, but it still did almost nothing. I love how big these aspiring champions are. I don't think they actually go into any fight right now. I think the only fight over is over here, yeah. I don't really think they're a real competitive unit, but they do look really cool. Our battered remains of an army. Just did so much damage. I needed them to be alive. They were my only anchor left. And they had that dragon breath still. Like, oh god. Those organized executioners did really well. All I really left is Archaon at this point. Kill them all! And there we go. He's going to be forced to withdraw and fights another day. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Take care.